What goes better with a Thanksgiving meal than friends, family, and beer? Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Hernandez, San Diego Beer News is back. Brandon, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving.
Right back at you.
Talk to me. You've been very busy cooking. There's a lot of stuff going on.
It's been a great morning.
I don't even know where to begin. Well, pairings, I mean, this is going to be fun. What'd you make?
Okay,
let's start.
We started off with, these are all traditional side dishes, very simple. This is a cranberry compote. You know, cranberries are kind of the palate cleanser of the table, right? Everything else is very heavy. This is tart, a little sweet, has a bitterness to it that's kind of tannic, like red wine grapes, and therefore it goes really well with this sour ale, which was rested on Cab Franc grapes. It's called Cabernet Franc. It's from California Wild Ales. They're based in Point Loma. They make all manner of really great sours, but you could you could do well with like a cranberry, cherry, raspberry sour, but this is the best to me because it has that little bite at the end. It's earthy, tannic, beautiful, and it's like the same thing.
I sense that because usually the sours don't do it for me.
Yeah.
This is different.
Oh yeah, and they know what they're doing. They've been doing this for a long time.
That is yum, very good. Okay.
Yeah. And now generally with these pairings for Thanksgiving, I say if you're an IPA guy, well, it'd be nice if you did, but you don't have to.
Well, I mean, I didn't realize I even saw
How trustworthy. It's great. So while you do that, I'm going to tell you the IPA rule. If you love IPAs, drink IPA at Thanksgiving. However, they really don't go well with the food because then citrus fruit, tropical, piney, you don't get a lot of that on the table. This is an exception on the hop front for me. Green bean casserole.
Oh, green bean casserole.
Love it or hate it, it's a recipe right off the back of the box. Yeah. But green beans and other things that are very green, have a lot of chlorophyll, tend to be a little bitter and earthy. So there are hops in Europe called noble hops that are also bitter, earthy, kind of spicy. And so they are in this Czech pale lager here from North Park Beer Company.
If I must.
10 degrees of light. Lighter beer, crisp.
10 degrees of light.
Yes, so in addition to just pairing well with like the green beans, it also is thinner, like nice and crisp, refreshing, and this is very heavy, a cream-based soup is the base. So this helps you cut through that.
Oh yeah, this is very good.
Yeah, and so just go more for like a hoppy lager or something like that versus an IPA or a pale ale. That's what I say.
Super flavorful. Okay, next up.
All right. This is a recipe I love to make every year, Bourbon Glazed.
Oh, yams!
Yams. I love yams. I love putting booze in things, so this works out really well.
I love putting booze in things too.
Yeah, so you get alcohol coming and going. We have two here that mix with it. You can just dip it right in there. It's fantastic. But what we're going here, you're basically making a caramel. So you go with beers that have like a caramelly note. This here is new. We'll start off with New English Brewing here. Their new Vienna Lager. Vienna Lager has kind of a nutty, light caramel note, very dry though, semi-sweet.
Wow.
Just really good. That's a very good beer for drinking like two during Thanksgiving. Fantastic.
It really does go well with the yams.
Yeah.
Like right after you take a bite?
Yeah, and so does this next one. It's from Kilowatt Brewing in Kearney Mesa. It's called Obi Bubble Double. They have a tasting room in Ocean Beach, hence the name Obi Bubble. But it's Belgian style double, which is basically an amber ale in the Belgian style. So you're going to get some of the Belgian candy sugar they use in there, which gives it a carameliness. You get floral things from the yeast that they use for that. But it kind of takes it to a bigger, bolder, more decadent place.
Yeah. So do you, with the yams, do both? Do one or the other?
I mean, there's the options.
Party at your house, huh, for Thanksgiving?
And we're going to bed early. It's not just tryptophan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we'll go to, speaking of decadent,
dessert?
Pumpkin pie, the last thing you probably need after a big feast, but it's so delicious, right? Yeah. It's a standard. A lot of people say stout when they think dessert. It's like automatically stout. That's good for chocolate desserts, but we're talking about a vegetable with sugar and spices in it. So we're going with beers that look a little darker, but they're actually more going again for the caramel thing. So we'll start off here. Modern Times, this is called Code Speaker. It's a barrel-aged strong ale. It's more of the roasted malts versus getting into chocolate zone, but you get a lot of booze in there as well.
That's super rich. Wow.
Oh yeah, so they really excel at making big barrel-aged beers that are good for the end of the meal, and this is when you want to have it. It's when it's time to be over the top. Last but not least, Scotch Ale, award-winning from Rip Current in San Marcos. It's called Black Lagoon.
The Black Lagoon. That's the last one?
Yeah.
You promise?
Yeah. So this is really bready. Yes, this is the last one. Really bready, really caramelly, really boozy. Now, the thing about the barrel aging is that...
Oh, you're going to put whipped cream?
No.
I thought you were going to put whipped cream in my beer. What are you doing?
Oak has vanillins in it that taste like vanilla, and so that's why a lot of these barrel-aged beers and bourbon taste vanilla-y. And so you add the whipped cream if you want, and you get the vanilla kind of like flavor bridge there. But
oh my goodness,
this is the time to break these out, because you take a giant beer like that and you pour it into multiple glasses for all your guests and have a lot of fun.
This is special.
You're special, Raul. Well, I mean it. We're both special in different ways.
Super yummy.
I really like it. I wanted to bring you some really good beers that do, in fact, match, but they're all local. That's the whole thing. It's like you can find so much good beer for Thanksgiving right here in town.
I mean, we say this a lot, but it really is amazing how all of this is San Diego. And we have such quality, and this is really spectacular.
Oh yeah, we're talking about award-winning, like high-quality beer, and you can find anything in San Diego County.
If you have just one that you can pick, one beverage to have on hand, what do you go with?
I can't Sophie's choice it, but I say brown food, which is what we have on Thanksgiving, roasted food, things like that, goes good with brown-colored beers. So good, malt-heavy beers and browns.
For the latest on San Diego news, Brandon, and everything else with beers in San Diego, fox5sandiego.com, click the See It On tab, and that's where my man is. Listen, I guess I sipped from all of them, so you can't really, why don't you take a can or something? There you go.
There we go.
Cheers to you. Happy Thanksgiving.
To you, dude.
We'll be right back.